Hey guys, this is my first in a new series. What I watched this week, or I'll make a better name for it later, but it seems to be a very commonplace with YouTubers these days. I mean, we post videos and talk about what we watched in the week, and I think it's really fun. I mean, it's always neat to watch different things and talk about it and see how it what impact it had on you. And so the first thing we watched was Peter Pan. I'm introducing my daughter to all the Disney classics out there, and she seems to be enjoying a lot of them. I mean, especially the ones less singing, the more she likes it. But Peter Pan, I mean, it's a great movie, one of the best of the Disney classics, in my opinion. Def- Definitely a four-star film. Not a five. None of these have really just completely jumped out at me yet. I mean, there's like Jungle Book. I really enjoyed it. I'd say that's a five, or Pinocchio, because that's a personal favorite. But Peter Pan, you know the story. It takes Wendy and her brothers to Neverland. They fight Captain Hook. I mean, it's not one of them. You don't really have to talk about it. However, I was noticed there's a scene in here that has Indians in it, and I thought, all right, this will be next on the probably gonna get banned list. And why it hasn't been banned, I do notice that Disney has in a disclaimer on this one now, so they're afraid of offending anybody. Whatever, it's just a movie. People shouldn't get that offended about stuff. All right. After that, I followed that up and watched The Artist. The Artist is really good movie. It's a modern age silent film, and I was really impressed with everything they did. Um, Pretty solid cast. Their names escape me because I don't think they've ever done anything major. The leads and everything, but basically it's a rise and fall of a silent film due to film star due to talking pictures coming into play. And I liked everything about it, from the music to the sets to the costume design. I mean, it definitely deserved the Oscars that it won. It did win Best Picture in 2011, and I'm proud to say that I finally saw it. I wish I would have seen it a long time ago. I wish I would have saw this in the theater. Now that I have a chance to see it after all this time. But The Artist is one that I want to buy. I definitely want this in my collection, and I will give this one 5 stars because it was just absolutely fantastic. And it once again shows how silent films can be very effective. Alright, so Tuesday I watched Shadow of a Doubt, and I've got a video up on that if you want to see that. Wednesday we watched Modern Times, and got a video on that one as well. Also watched Hard Rain. Hard Rain stars Christian Slater and Morgan Freeman. It was originally called Flood. It's about Christian Slater's a oh god, what is this character? Why am I? Works for a bank transporting money. They're transporting $3 million to a town that's going to be flooded. It's been evacuated, but there's a bunch of crooks trying to get the money. He hides the money, and it's a decent little action picture. You've got Randy Quaid in it as sheriff, uh, Mimi Driver. It's a pretty decent action movie. I'd say it's good popcorn for like 3 stars. Just simplistic, and I didn't mind it. I've seen it once years ago, and it held up pretty well. Um, Thursday, I'm watching Hang 'em High with Clint Eastwood. And Hang 'em High was his first American Western after the Man with No Name trilogy. Uh, Just of it, he's wrongfully hanged for something he didn't commit, and he eventually becomes a marshal and goes after the people that hung him. Uh, I really like the movie. It's got a good cast. you've got Bruce Dern and Alan Hale in supporting roles. So Pat Hingle as a judge. If I had one complaint, it just ended a little open-ended, and I would have liked to have seen him. Well, you just have to watch it. I don't want to ruin it because I don't like giving spoilers on it. But it's for what it is. It's a really good western, and I'll probably end up buying it if I can find it cheap enough. Right. Let's see. Friday, watch Jojo Dancer, which is a biography of Richard Pryor, directed by Richard Pryor, written by Richard Pryor, and kind of goes into his childhood. We brought up near whorehouses, early comic, starting out. I mean, it wasn't bad for what it was. It did have some funny moments in it. My friends seemed to enjoy what we saw. I mean, it's one of those, it's a biographical pick. I mean, you kind of know, these are what I like to call safe films. You know what you're getting into when you watch these. I mean, they try to highlight specific points in someone's life, because, you've only got so much time to do it. But for what it was really good. I'd say 3 stars on that one. And then last night I watched Coming to America. I'd seen the first one years ago, and I remember a pretty good deal of it. But so watching this one, I was like, okay, well, let's give it a shot, see if it's any good. And it's ripe with nostalgia. They're trying to get a lot of jokes in, from the original film. They have a lot of the original cast in it. I mean, they tried. It didn't spend enough time in America. I mean, that should have been explored a little bit more. But it was just okay. I chuckled a couple times. I don't know if I'd watch this one again. I think it felt tired. It felt, like I've seen it before. They didn't really hit a lot of new ground, and I think that's the problem I had with it. It was just okay. I'd give it 2 stars, and that's being generous, because it was just okay. I mean, a lot of the best jokes are in the trailer, and I don't know. It didn't really knock my socks off. I do like Eddie Murphy. I do like Arsenio Hall. I mean, I like I said, I like the nostalgic pieces of it, but you can overdo that. You got to do that in small doses, and this is basically a rehash of the first film, but without the heart. And I think that's the problem I got with it. I mean, sometimes you can't go back. There's some movies that don't need sequels. They're perfect the way they are. And this is another one of those cases where that just kind of falls into place. All right. So, guys, I forgot to show this earlier. This is my little journal that I keep, where I keep up with all the stuff that I've watched this year, which Buddy Jay got me doing this. And I really like this because I can actually go back and reference movies, which is cool. All right, so I'm going to start doing these videos on Sunday mornings, kind of reviewing everything I saw over the previous week. So take care, guys, and as always, go watch a movie.